A grown man who saves people in nothing but his underwear and a cape. Now that's a superhero with all kinds of class. Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, is about two elementary school pranksters named George and Howard who are miserable because their school's principal continuously bullies and belittles them, and one day, when their friendship is on the brink of extinction, they decide to hypnotize their principal and make him the one and only Captain Underpants. Right up front, I didn't hate this movie as much as I thought I was going to. It's definitely geared more towards children, but there is some pretty good stuff in here, starting out with how the movie looks. The animation looks lush and beautiful, but I do find it interesting how each animated film that DreamWorks makes does not look like the one before it. Shrek does not look like How to Train Your Dragon, and How to Train Your Dragon doesn't look like Captain Underpants. And I'll admit, different styles of filmmaking, be it animation or otherwise, does put a smile on my face. Also, there were definitely a couple of jokes geared towards adults, one of them having to do with kids going to school on the weekends. I watched it and I was like, you went there. Bravo! And part of the reason why I think some of the other jokes landed is because how good the voice cast is. I mean, you have Kevin Hart, Ed Helm, Nick Kroll, and Jordan Peele. Most of the time, these guys know how to please a crowd. But that doesn't say much about the rest of the film, so let's talk about the negatives. Like I said at the very top, this film is definitely geared more towards children. I am not a kid, haven't been a kid for a very long time, so I have to look at this through adult eyes. And as an adult, I'll say the movie feels a little choppy. Number one, the humor the film mostly relied on was physical comedy and a lot of poop, fart, and pee jokes. Now, the film does get points for setting this whole plot in elementary school, so it makes sense that they had the kind of humor that it did. And granted, elementary school aged kids will probably enjoy the jokes that are in this movie. I say that because I was in a theater filled with elementary school aged kids, and they were all having a great time. And there are some really powerful messages about how great friendship is, but the movie also has a really big pacing issue. And ultimately, I have to say, for a movie titled Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, Captain Underpants is surprisingly not in the film very much. Captain Underpants himself, after his creation, is in about 15 to 20 minutes of screen time max, and that wouldn't be such a problem if I wasn't thinking to myself that the movie would be no different if he wasn't in it at all. I may be coming off a bit harsh, but let me repeat myself. This movie is made for kids, not for someone who is 21 years old. And while kids may enjoy this, as someone who is an adult and who watches and critiques movies on a regular basis, I still have to say, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, stay in your shorts. But as always, it is what you guys say that matters. So have you already seen Captain Underpants, the first epic movie? And what did you think of it? More importantly, what TV show or book from your childhood would you like turned into a full-length animated movie? Me personally, gotta be Codename Kids Next Door. But whatever your choice is, leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. And if you like what you've heard here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.